goofy reindeer.
You've heard of Dasher and Dancer.
And you know the most famous reindeer of all.
But do you recall?
The goofy reindeer. Wait a second. Do you mean Bob?
Bob?
Who names reindeer Bob?
Ho, ho, ho. Why I named Bob? Bob?
It's Santa!
Whoa there. This story isn't about Santa.
But Santa's in the story.
Well, yes, but the story is about Bob, the goofy reindeer.
So tell us the story already.
Well, you see, Bob could never do anything right.
He skidded a blizzard into Santa's toy shop and spilled hot cocoa on Mrs. Claus's best dress.
But could he fly? Of course he could fly.
Like a rocket ship.
Like a rocket ship?
Bob could fly so fast that you could see stars shooting from his hooves.
Bob could fly so fast that he made a sonic boom during takeoff. Bob could fly so fast that he disappeared into space for 3 days at a time.
Yes, Bob could fly fast.
That's awesome!
Well, you might think that.
Until it was time for Bob to land.
It took an entire year to repair Mrs. Claus's living room after his last Bob fell. Ooh.
Let's not even mention what happened to Snow Mountain or what's left of Snow Mountain. You see, trouble didn't follow Bob.
Bob followed trouble.
Everywhere Bob went, trouble was sure to go.
But Bob wasn't a complete goof up.
Ho, ho, ho. No, sir. I'll never forget how Bob saved Christmas back in '47.
Bob saved Christmas? He sure did. It was his best goof up ever.
You see, the biggest blizzard since the time of Rudolph hit the North Pole.
On Christmas Eve, I just as Santa was packing his sleigh and getting ready for takeoff.
An enormous northern wind blew through and nearly blew down Santa's workshop.
Oh no!
Oh, yes.
The elves were chasing gifts that flew out of Santa's sleigh.
Reindeer were so bound up in snow that they couldn't get off the ground.
Mrs. Claus started to cry. Christmas was ruined. Christmas was ruined. But Santa had a plan.
Ho, ho, ho. I said, Bob, with your flight discharge so strong, do you think you can blast my sleigh into the atmosphere?
Oh no!
Oh, yes.
So Bob climbed under Santa's sleigh and in the deep down snow.
And Santa climbed into his sleigh.
Then Santa said,
Now Dasher, now Dancer, now Prancer and Vixen, on Comet and Cupid and Donner and Blitzen, the top of the sky to the top of the stars. Now blast away, Bob.
1, 2, 3, blast off!
Why Bob performed his biggest blast off ever.
Off and off and off he went.
Left Santa and his several sleigh and 8 tiny reindeer.
Then he disappeared.
Right off of his head.
Off his head.
Radar.
Right.
All is lost, cried Mrs. Claus.
But wait.
What now?
Suddenly, in a past midnight.
Time stops on Christmas Eve, you know?
Head elf decided a wonderful
Beautiful, most delightful sight.
What?
What?
Parents shooting down from the sky and into the chimneys.
A rocket horse for Tommy.
A doll for Susie.
Hey,
This is the 21st century.
and an iPad for Donovan.
A cell phone for Courtney. And a diamond bag Venom BMX bike for Scene.
for Sean Ritter.
But what about Santa?
And
And
what
what
about
about Bob?
Well, that was the strangest thing.
Santa landed on his comfy chair, complete with slippers and pipe at the break of dawn.
This is Claus cried. It's a miracle.
And Santa
But
landed.
what about Bob?
Ho, 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 we never heard from Bob again.
Oh no! Oh yes. But if you look up in the sky at night and you see a shooting star,
That's just Bob.
acting like a goofball, that's Bob for ya.
Ho, 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 so you see, Bob is as happy as can be playing star hockey with the sky.
That's just
Every now and again, you can see him blink.
But most especially on Christmas Eve.
Merry
Christmas to all, and good night.
Ho, 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 Santa, good night, Bob.
The end.
The end.
Created by Lisa Frizz.